Hello and welcome. My name's Campbell. This is Spiral Up, and we're back with Joe for another weekly reading, tarot with a twist. And of course, can it get any stranger, any more twisty? We will be finding out. So welcome, Joe.
Hi, Campbell. How are you? How's your week been?
Good, good. Yes, lots of energy, lots of stuff going on. Yeah, it was really going off sort of at the start of the week, and now it feels a bit better. So yeah, been releasing lots of stuff. I think a lot of people have. It's like being in an elevator now. I think we started off walking upstairs and we could sort of slowly see, well, now we're in an elevator going, whoa, it's just getting so quick. But good. I'm waiting for the crescendo. When is it?
Well, I was thinking about this week. I'm all about feeling what's going on, like processing your stuff, understanding when you're triggered and not running away from it, but actually turning and facing it, dropping into it and feeling it, because that's how you heal it. But this week, it really struck me that at a certain point, those emotions down pat. You have identified what's been going on. You see your triggers. You've swum around in that stuff, a few times. There comes a point where I have said, you know what, bugger off to those emotions. It's the way that I describe it is, that scene in The Lord of the Rings where Gandalf is on that bridge with the Balrog, and he says, "You shall not pass." So it's, to me, what that represents is the Balrog is your necromancer. It is your habitual triggers, whether that's low self-worth or whether that's fear or depression. And that this is, at a certain point, once you know it inside and out, you call upon the divine will inside of you and say, no more. You will not pass. You will not influence me. You will not, there's a time for feeling. There's a time for processing. There's a time for self-awareness and self-reflection. But you'll know there'll be a time when you call upon that divine will, that the God that you are, where you say, you know what, I'm done. And that is incredibly effective because you are the creator God, the creator being in your life. So where I got to this week was actually that, with one of my reoccurring triggers.
Wow.
And I was actually in the shower, and if you'd seen me, that there's memes and stuff of people like Homer Simpson shaking his hand at the sky type of thing. That's what I was like. I am done with this. I will not let it have an influence over me anymore. And you just call up the lion within you, the dragon within you, and then you move forward. And it was such a huge change for me. So absolutely see what's there. Don't turn your back on it. Understand it fully. Feel all the emotions. And there'll come a time when you know to say, F off.
Yeah.
And that's a point of power. And I would suggest everybody try it at times.
Yeah. Righteous anger, for sure. And this is the unveiling. The unveiling is not just outside of us. It's us unveiling ourselves as well, and seeing, who, lifting like the onion, right? Revealing all the different layers. And sort of, getting to our sovereignty, which is another word which is starting to pop up everywhere. We really need to be to understand what, sovereign, what is sovereign, right? And to me, it's releasing all the contracts. And it's just exactly what Joe said. No more. We didn't sign up for this. We don't agree. Where's my signature? All these contracts are imposed on us. And as long as we go along with them, we're accepting them. So it's time to say no more. No, don't agree. I'm not playing your game anymore. Take your paperwork and shove it somewhere, but not in my face. And yeah, this is sovereignty. It's just understanding, we and this is what's going on, right? We have the right to travel. What man or woman has the right to tell another man or woman, sorry, you must stay still? Because that's what it comes down to. And when you think about it, that's ridiculous. Imagine walking down the street and some random person comes up to you and goes, okay, I've just decided you can't move outside this 5 meter square. You just can't. What would you do? You just laugh at them and walk off. But everyone's, listening to these people. So there we go. Yeah, find your sovereignty. So let's pull some cards, Joe. See what the cards say.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm just going to do 2 readings this week.
Yep.
And I decided that I would do it on money and abundance, which is always a happy topic for people. So let's do some cards on what's happening inside of you with regard to abundance, with regard to enough, with regard to sovereignty. Because of it, at the bottom line, why do we want money? It's because it represents freedom.
Yep.
And it's a mirror of how free we feel within ourselves. So let me quickly do a little shuffle. Actually, Ishteyama, Ishtea susekima, estusta como que se estujeza angikena, ize tusta como que eze etiste esi etusta ya ashietsa, ike que kungetsa moyeta, asi etustea za aienia. Ayani unda yeze eombu ite yombu naya kakitea. Ayende onda yenia na waitena. Idedari kokachets angetiamakike. Okay. All right. So, okay. Okay, and so I will use as well the unicorn cards. Where are they? Here we go. The unicorn and then the oracle again for everybody. Ejienzaki komoyetsia. Estustasi itesa moyotokoyetsa. Izetestio susie kikumbuyetsa. Ejutayasiaka. Ezustaya shushietsa. So much love. Like for a parent for a child, to everyone that's watching. Esusta isetuste kongatia, ezotusteyama, ingekuka, ezestea, akike tseotastienza akike, ezotusta. Okay, and the oracle cards. Let's pull out one of these. Ukaiende niende nande gikeyo. Aiende nieno. Ende neombo. Ashietsa makie. Eundasi etuste amateka, edo bode mbite kikinzana, ezotushta kuyet samakike, ezotushta yatse ekika. Okay. All right. So, reading number 1. All right. Both of the readings are very, very positive. I'm not going to say incredibly positive. They're positive. They're wonderful. For reading number 1, this is the wish card. This is whatever you wish will be. So it's asking everybody to once again let go of the outside and start dreaming and wishing and wanting and creating whatever it is you want. To let everything, all limitations go. To sit down and say, well, if all of this wasn't happening, what would I want to do next? What would I want to experience next? And to actually imagine doing that without thinking of the restrictions, without thinking of why you can't logically do this stuff. It's how you're going to create and how you're going to change or assist to change what's happening in your world. How you are inside ends up being a reflection of the outside. The outside is a reflection of how we feel inside. So when you're sitting and having a no holds barred dream, it starts creating a frequency inside of you. The second card is the Sun card in this little, for group 1. And that is, it doesn't matter what it looks like, what you want is coming. So I'm here to tell you that what you are dreaming of is actually going to happen. Don't doubt it. It's going to happen. Don't doubt it. Know that here is an incredibly powerful manifesting mechanism. And if you need to, start with something small. Start with a cup of coffee, or start, a rose. When you sit down and you are thinking of this, do it in a state of relaxation. Breathe and get centered and just follow your breath in and out. So if you are dreaming of a cup of coffee, for example, you would feel the cup. Say you've got the cup and the saucer and then the cup. So you're holding the saucer and the cup in it, and you can feel the warmth through your hands. You can feel the crockery, or you feel the whatever it is in. So that is setting it up to happen and unfold. So when you use all of your senses, it actually starts bringing it into reality. So this is what the third card is. Just start small. If you want to create that COVID is gone or the lockdowns are gone, that's probably a big ask for your head or your ego to accept. So start with small steps. Don't try and go for the biggest thing. This is small steps. This is small bite size. Take your time. Don't over take on too much that you can't believe or accept. So start with small things. And what you're doing is, the cup of coffee is actually made up of your energy. The coffee, or whatever it is, has your quantum signature. It is you. Everything in your reality has your quantum signature. It is an aspect of you. So what you are doing is, when you are in your mind's eye imagining this, whatever it is in your hand, you are pulling from energy. You're pulling from point zero, frequency and energy. And the more you as the observer focus on it and feel it and smell it and perceive it, You are coagulating that energy further and further and further down into mass, because mass is actually only coagulated energies, energy that's slowed down and slowed down and slowed down into mass. So that's what you're doing. You are using the energy of which you are a part of, and pulling it into your reality by holding a focus, by feeling it and smelling it, tasting it, and it has your quantum signature. So think of it as being an aspect of you or part of you. So start in this sort of way of thinking of creation, of it is actually a part of you, just as we are all a fractal of God. The coffee or whatever is a fractal in a funny way of you. Estuka eti, etiata otea tutujuta kambokotechka. Istituku ista esi iki kungatsiata kama. Ezeteshtuki etsia tuchuste yambukie. Ezotuste esiata kumuya. Akike kukambocho osiata muya. Ezeteshta ashtea kikumba atsia tostea ukea matea. Okay, so the unicorn card. Happy surprise.
Nice.
Something very good is about to happen. So again, the cards are actually sort of all around confirming all of this aspect, that despite what you think, what you can see and what everybody's telling you, if you stay true to your heart, true to yourself, true to your vision, that is what you will step into. They're trying to frighten us.
Yep.
They're trying to get us to do their work for them.
Yeah. To create the reality they want instead of...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the oracle card is achievement. So let me read that out. Number 17, and it says, keep focused on your dream. Wow. I'm not kidding. It's all there.
Yeah, wow. It's a very tight reading, isn't it?
It is. And I absolutely draw them out legitimately. You know, I mean, I don't like search through them or anything.
You haven't been setting this up for us, no?
Oh, look, I'm sure that there'd be some, spiritual repercussions if I set it up, so it's all legit. Yeah, karma's a bitch, as they say, anyway,
exactly
if I'm not real. Okay, keep focused on your dream. You will soon achieve a goal you had set for yourself. Your hard work and persistence is about to pay off. Know that you deserve all the success that is coming your way. Quietly acknowledge this to yourself as you celebrate your achievements. Thank the earth and universe for this blessing in the knowledge that all you do is a co-creation with the higher powers that be. Then refocus your attention back to the task at hand. Do not lose sight of your original purpose and intention. This is only the beginning. Much more can be accomplished, provided you keep focused on your dream. Remember what is truly important to you. It may be helpful to set a new goal. This could be a bigger and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. So start small and build up to that bigger goal. So the affirmation is, I give thanks for all the success coming my way. All I do is a co-creation with my higher self and the universal light of love. I keep focused on my dream, what I imagine I create. I am grateful for what I have achieved.
Nice.
Which is very nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Okay. So reading... So did you have any comments on that? Did you want to...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just very... it suits down to a T where we are, and it's all about sovereignty and claiming your power and understanding who you are. And Yeah, stepping into your power and becoming a creator. So I think it's awesome. And obviously there's a lot of news in the wind and energies and things, and people saying there's big shifts coming, big changes happening, in the physical world as well. So yeah, I'm ready for it. Bring it on.
Well, often in the last few readings, it says, be the new you. What is that? That's walking as a magician, in a way, walking as a powerful creator. And how would it feel? And that's the energy you have to tap into.
Yeah.
That part of you that is really that way, and that has been that way for all of eternity. But we are just in this little moment that's a blink in the eye of eternity. And we're in this little drama here for whatever we're supposed to learn from. And I think it's to be like, in some ways, we are here in a bad situation. But on another level, we are here in one of the most interesting tests. And that test, or that initiation, is to forget that we are divine beings. It's to forget that that we are an aspect of God. It is to be as disconnected from source as possible, so that this is the furthest we can go as far as lessons are concerned. So as we begin to remember who we are, we start making that leap of faith, or that leap of who can I be. We start that journey further back to as our frequency rises, and then we reconnect with that God, the Godhead, the actual point zero, the source or the void. But here we've been living totally disconnected from this as an experience, as a really interesting thing to go through. And unfortunately, we're stuck, and we're as I said, we got hijacked, and now that's all coming to an end, and we are moving out of this intense test. It's time to move out of it, back into knowing and remembering who we are.
Yeah, back to the 5D, like, because we think and see ourselves as just the body, the size of our body, when really it's probably better to see yourself when you're walking down the street with a big bubble around you that's actually interacting with everything, because that's really what's happening, so yeah, it's just realizing that the fifth element, whatever you want to call it, 5D, the creative source. Time to tune in.
Yes, indeed. Okay, all right. I think so for reading number 2, this is what the issue is with people and money and abundance. With reading number 2 is about self-love, about redefining love. It's about it doesn't matter what you've done or not done in your life. It doesn't matter if you've been a bad person or a good person. Everybody can be abundant. Everybody is worthy of having anything they want. And what is it saying about group 2 is, what is stopping them from walking into abundance, into creation, is that they judge themselves. Is they don't think that they are good enough, or the old, that you were told you were bad as a kid, or and so whether you realize that these concepts, as we've said, just float around in your peripheral awareness, having an effect on how we live this world. And we've sort of disconnected from what we really feel about ourselves. And until you really, take the blinkers off and have that internal search that we've talked about, you don't realize the depth to which you, or what you actually feel at a deep core that has been running your life. So that's what I would say is understand that it doesn't matter. Forgive yourself and move on. Forgive yourself and move on. And choose to try to do better. Try to find compassion for yourself. This self-love thing and saying, you know what, I did what I did for the experience of it. I did what I did with the knowledge that I had back then. I have different knowledge now. So I'm going to love myself and forgive myself and keep moving forward. And that change in love of self is going to make you start moving forward faster. That's what the block is. Love who you are, warts and all. It's just
a program.
Don't hold on to any self-judgment. It is. And you may have done something bad. You may have done terrible things or been mean or whatever, but now's the point of change. And that's all that matters. The point of awareness right now. And say, I did the best I could with the knowledge that I had, with the way that I was raised.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter anymore.
No, we were all programmed. We were all taught the wrong ethics and the wrong, everything. But the other way is, if you have done something that you perceive as wrong, because obviously, nothing is good or bad, but thinking makes it so. But if you have done something, what about, the other person that you may have done that for their benefit so that they could learn a lesson? So it's all, I think a big problem is this, guilt and shame that they love to put on us, and also karma. We believe that if we do something that, we perceive as bad or wrong, that something has to come back and get us, that we have to then we have to go through something bad or wrong. It's this belief. And by doing that, we're creating it. So let it go. It's just experience,
Yeah. Yeah. Just be self-aware as to why it happened, and then draw the line and move forward.
Yeah.
And again, what this will bring is total sovereignty. This is the Emperor card again. So this is somebody who's comfortable within their own skin, no matter what. That you love yourself and know that nothing is denied you. God doesn't deny you anything. It's only us that denies us stuff.
Yeah.
It's only us that, has that, whip that whips ourselves mostly, that business that God outside judges us is that control mechanism of all of the traditional religions.
Yep. Definitely.
It's only us that's beating ourselves up, really.
Yeah.
So the unicorn is try something new. So the try something new is to love yourself despite anything or everything that you've done or not done. That's the new. That's the I'm lovable, valuable, and worthwhile. Simply because I breathe. And I'm a soul on a journey of exploration, learning various things through various experiences. And we've all, even the saints, have been sinners. We're here learning both ends of the spectrum of good and bad, right and wrong. This is this world of polarity. So even the saints have done, we've been all things, we've had all experiences. So try something new. Just think of yourself as worthwhile, and because you are.
Yep. Be the superhero of your own story. I mean, be your own authority, right? Your own author.
Yeah. So this being is forgiving you. Is there anybody that needs to be forgiven? Just listen. Ezuyembitesa. Iteshtu kombuchetsia takimiatsa. Ezitushtakamokiketsuштеямбуетса. Ezuteyashushietsa ikenuta. So they have incredible admiration for us in this incredibly intense, tough situation of good and bad and all of what we've been talking about. O Jesus é imbetista. Isto como etsa asietushtea muketsa. Izetushta asietu. So breathe the forgiveness into your heart center if you need to. Estuesa. So the energy is coming for that forgiveness from here to you. Eshuezusemiana. Ezuseuiambitesiekuka. Estustamoyetse dusema. Ezutestiesa. Akikena. Akikena na yonda zetiste sukomoyena. Ezitesa. Ezitesta. Eshushietsa kumuyatsa. Ezutushea ambietu. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so the last oracle card for number 2. And this is Ocean of Eternal Love. Healing, creativity, and fertility. I don't know if anybody's looking to have any children, but fertility of thought and creation is really.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 44. Okay, it is said that love conquers all. This is especially true for you at the moment. Something is resolved and healed through love. What was previously barren now becomes fertile. A seed is planted and you are the co-creator. The conditions are favorable, the timing is right, and new creation awaits you. The birth of something new brings joy and excitement. The forever changing seasons of eternity turn their invisible wheel and a new cycle begins. A new image is born. That makes me teary. It's so profound. Amazing. So the affirmation is love heals, love brings resolution, love conquers, love creates, love is eternal.
Definitely. Nice. I mean, yeah, both of them, I mean, they're sort of saying we're heading somewhere big. I think we all sort of know that we're pretty much, we're at the end of this movie. Something big is about to go pop. But the thing is, it's all dependent on energy, isn't it? It's really all dependent on us. Is this change? It's not going to happen until we all stand up and are sovereign and say no more. You know, you don't get to make the rules. We didn't sign up. Go away. And also stepping in, you know, into the future a little bit and seeing the world as it's going to be. You know, creating that future as well. So, yeah, it's definitely that's where we're going, I think.
And in forgiving yourself for whatever you perceive as being wrong, it's sort of easier to forgive others too that have transgressed against you. So sometimes when you cannot forgive someone else, it's an indication of something that you need to forgive yourself for. So this love of self, finding love of self, forgiveness of self, and compassion of self helps us do it, find it for others, no matter what they're doing. Because this new place we're going to, yes, we stand up and speak, but we also do it through love and compassion as well. Because if we cannot go to 5D hating anybody.
Yeah.
We can't go to 5D cursing anybody or wishing harm upon anyone. You have to find that peace with what's happening, firstly in yourself, and then it will be easier to do it externally. And then it's sort of a two-way street, essentially. So finding that love again inside of you.
Definitely, yep. No rulers in 5D, that's for sure. So, and it's a doorway, guys. So it's I think, you know, we have to be worthy to walk through. That's what this is all about. So it's all about inner work at the moment. And as I say, right, stripping off the crap. The statue is not finished when there's nothing more to add. It's finished when there's nothing more to take away. So I think that's where we are. Believe in your power, guys. If you've got anything that you think you know, you've done that is bad, just forgive yourself. And like Joe said, see it from other people's perspectives. Forgive people you know, think that have done bad by you, and try and see from their perspective, and then it'll help you forgive, you know, the other way as well, because this is all about, you know, just seeing more, isn't it? Really, more awareness, getting out of the poor little me kind of, oh my God, the world's against me, and understanding that you're creating all that, and it's just a shift in thought, and you can create something completely different. I think that's where we're all going.
And, you know, when we think about all the terrible people that have been doing this to humanity, they, in some respects, they're only doing it because that's how they were raised. They were born into that family.
Yep.
They can't even imagine another perspective. They don't see anything wrong. A lot of them don't see anything wrong with what they're doing. And who told them that it was okay is the family line. So understanding that if we were in that family line, would we be any different?
And also, they're helping to wake us up. You know, they're the ones showing us that really no one should be ruling over you.
Exactly.
You know, so this can be looked at so many ways, but I think what we need to do is try and look at it from an empowering way. Whatever way you're going to look at it, you know, get the angle that you know, we are the power, you are the power. You can change things, you can create things. It's all about forgiveness, like Joe said, giving out love, because of course love holds all the frequencies. So that's why it's so healing. Like if you're sending it out, whatever people need, they can pick up from it. And I think we're all starting to understand this place is a lot more energy and frequency and more malleable than we were led to believe. So, wow, what is the date? Did we even say the dates? This reading, I don't even know where we are anymore.
It's from the 13th.
The 13th to the 17th.
To the 17th.
Wow. Wow, which means the one after that Christmas will be, the 20 to the 24th. How did we get to Christmas 2021? Wasn't it just 2019? Gosh. So there you go, guys. Lots going on. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know what you're going to change. What are you going to create? What are you going to manifest? You know, who are you going to forgive? You know, all this kind of stuff. Obviously, if you've got any techniques that work for you, leave them down below. Give us a like. And of course, Joe's details will be down below as well. So make sure you go across, subscribe to her, give her a like, and I'll also leave a link if you want to get in contact with her for any readings or anything like that. And Joe will also be putting up the weekend reading on Friday. So I'll share that on Telegram and on this channel as well. So there you go, guys. Another week of big change, right? What else could it be at this point in time? So have an awesome one. Thank you, Joe, for another amazing reading.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And we'll talk to you and everyone else next week. All right. And don't forget, guys, look inside yourself because there is greatness in there. Talk to you all on the next upload. Bye.
Bye.